Hello, everyone. Are we live? I can see that we already have some viewers, so great. I'm really glad about it. Please let us know in the comments. Can you hear us and see us? Darko, I can see someone is. uh, okay. So, how are you guys? Comments, comments, comments. Let's comment because every feedback means so we make sure that we don't have any technical issues and you know as you can see is four of us today, so I'm pretty excited. We have guest speakers and it's not Darko. I mean, it is Darko, but not just him. Darko, don't laugh.
No,
So
sorry. I had to turn off all the windows because I had several browsers, and each of them I had a live session that just started. So I heard you, Milica, 20 times at the same time. Sorry for that. So hello to everyone. And I'm glad that I'm not alone this time. Thank you very much for that.
yes, I'm pretty excited, and today's topic will be really great, and I can't wait to cover this topic. Hello, Nicolina. Um, Everyone, once again, please type in the comments, and of course, just for you to know, we are really thrilled to answer all your questions. So if you have any of them, please let us know. So as you can see on the screen, this is our today's topic, future or not, NFT platform for business. And we will talk about it in a couple of minutes. Before we start, I'd like to give you like some introduction to retail talks in general, fiscal solutions, and of course, then we will do introduction of the company which presenters are from today. So, first of all, every second Tuesday at 3 p.m. we are holding these retail talks. So the next one will be in 2 weeks. So just so you know, so you can follow us. Also, I must say that we are streaming live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and this time on Twitter also. So this is the first time, right, Darko? We actually tested this last week, I think, and it was really nice. So I don't know what is the situation at the moment on the Twitter, but I would be thrilled to see it. So also this is live event, it's recorded, actually it's recording, so you can watch it later as many times as you like because it will be saved on these platforms. So next one will be also very interesting. Topic. We will have a guest speakers also. It will be like one panel discussion, and it will be on 29th of November. So stay with us for more information. About fiscal solutions, maybe I should tell you like a few sentences and then to go to introduction of persons, because I get that you can't wait to hear who is with us today. So about fiscal solutions, I must say that we are a company that is 18 years old, and we started the business in Romania, right, Darko? Yes, okay.
Wait. Sorry. Yes. Sorry, I had some troubles to unmute me. Yes, we started in Romania a long time ago, and our first customer was Carrefour. And Carrefour is one of the biggest retailers in the world from France. And this was like a starting point for us. And now here we are after 19 or even almost 20 years. So
that was I guess one crazy project. Like Carrefour wants to work with us. Wow. And 18 years later, you know. So, yes, we are in more than 20 countries active. Actually, I think 21 plus metaverse. So that is also something that is really important for us to mention and to point out, metaverse, we watch it as an country same as Austria or Serbia or I don't know, Great Britain and so on. And today we will talk about the NFTs and Web3 world in retail, which is really, really significant. We have 4 products, and we are really simple about it. We have the first product, which is Internet Portal. It's actually a fiscal portal where we publish documentation, news, alerts, like everything about fiscal countries. So you can find like every single document about some fiscal country on our online library. Also, second, it's country workshop. So you can like get technical and legal, like every single information about technical and legal requirements in certain country. Third is our middleware or software that actually has like one interface for every country. And at the end of the process, fiscal help desk or hotline, which is fiscal support for your local business. So that would be all about fiscal solutions. And now I'd like to say, my name is Milica. You already know me very well. And I am a marketing manager at Fiscal Solutions. I do a lot of these events, so I don't know if I should do the introduction anymore, but okay. I'd like now to do a little introduction of our guests. Maybe you would like to say more about yourself. Ladies first, so Sarah, please tell us more about yourself. And welcome, of course.
Hi, Milica, and hi, Darko. And thank you so much for hosting us here. My name is Sarah Simeone, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Niftyz.io. We are based in the UK, in Manchester. Half of our team and the other half is actually in Italy, in sunny Sicily. So you couldn't find, two polar opposites to be based. My co-founder is actually he chose Sicily, whereas, I am definitely more, I prefer the cold weather and the rainy weather of the UK. So, I'm here together with Harry today, and I let him introduce himself, and then we can definitely go a little bit more into details of Niftyz.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Sarah, so much. I'm glad that you're here today with us. So thank you so much for your attendance. Harry, please introduce yourself. I guess that everyone waits to hear who are you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Milica. Well, my name's Harry Collin. I'm also part of the Manchester team here with Sarah and the rest of the team. I'm the product marketing manager. So yeah, I'm here to talk to everyone today about NFTs for the real retail space. And I think it's really interesting. I think we're going to have some fun here today.
So this will be really interesting. So we have like 2 founders and 2 marketing managers. Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice. And also one unexpected guest, Darko Pavic, please.
Yes, really unexpected. Thank you, Milica. First, welcome to you guys. It's really my big pleasure to talk to you and to discuss the business-related topics of NFTs. Usually everybody in the space is discussing about in the moment at least, about some kind of business topics which are like a drama. We don't want to discuss them today. So we will really concentrate on the good things, means how can we create advantages in the businesses with NFTs. And I cannot imagine nobody better to talk about that than the persons that are just now with us, because they created something which is really, really great. It's like an infrastructure for the businesses like we are to make better business. So that's why I will give you during this session my view, let's say, why did we decide actually to use the platform and which benefits do we actually see. So let's start.
Yes. Okay, great. So let's start. Today's topic, as I already mentioned, is Future or Not, NFT platform for business. And today we have 2 representatives from Niftyz. And I find this platform, let's say, very convenient for everyone who is in Web3 space and looks how should convert some documents into NFT form. maybe Sarah, it would be nice if you should do like a short introduction of Niftyz in like few sentences, so everyone who's listening in the moment can get what guys are you actually doing.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Milika. So I founded Niftyz really some time ago. First, we were called Digital Oracles, and then we basically just rebranded just this year. And I've been in the Web3 space now long enough to basically understand that this market really changes on a daily basis. Okay, and we are seeing a lot of things happening in the Web3 space, and NFTs is definitely one of the applications and most common applications that we're seeing at the moment. But we're always seeing applications around of NFTs around the fashion space, like the gaming and entertainment and sports realms. But I was looking at businesses that I used to work in and before becoming a founder, or other businesses that are related to us, from lawyers to accountants and other brands like yours. And I always saw that we, these brands are not represented in the NFT space. You don't think of a lawyer creating some avatar and start, commercializing that avatar. But what they do have is a lot of IP. They have documents, they have links, they have a lot of know-hows, connections. And we saw this as a gap in the market. And that's why we started Niftyz as the first NFT platform for the business space. And that concept is actually resonating quite a lot with a lot of businesses, because everybody's talking about metaverse. But as we say all the time within the team and to our customers, you cannot have metaverse without NFTs. And NFTs, we see them as the keys that are unlocking some content that is stored either on chain or off chain. So when we look at this technology from that angle, then the applications become almost like, normal, let's say, right? And can be applied also to traditional business models that are migrating to Web3. And I'm sure we will talk about this later.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much. I must add that I agree that metaverse isn't possible without NFTs, because actually we were like some of the first steps we made into Web3 space. It was actually that we bought the land at the sandbox. We wanted to be there because some of our clients were like Adidas and Carrefour. So it was really important for us to follow them. And that's when we actually saw that retailers are going there. I don't know, months after that, we also issued our NFT collection, which was really, really successful, and we're really proud of it. So that's where we actually saw the first time that retailers are serious about this Web3, the whole world, new untouchable world, but they are really, really serious about it. Darko, what do you think about it? Metaverse and NFTs, is it possible to go one without each other?
First, the answer is very clear. There cannot be metaverse without NFTs, of course, because NFTs are base technology in order to be able to live in the metaverse, let's say like that. But I think for the businesses, this is not exactly the point. I think the point is actually the ability to solve the concrete problems which you have. If you are able to solve concrete problems with your NFTs, then it's great and everybody will use them. If we are not able to create this kind of problem solutions, then simply it will be maybe nice for the gaming or in some kind of fashion things, but we will not create a mass adoption in the business case. In our situation, we had and we still have a very concrete problem, and we totally believe and we are sure that NFTs can solve that. And if you like, I can describe it now very shortly. So as a starter. So Milica just explained our business model. We are actually providing software. We are standard, traditional Web2 company, which is developing software. But before we develop software, we need the requirements. We need the documents, which are actually describing how to develop the software. And our customers, means retailers and software providers, other software providers, needs those documents as well. So we created something like online, which is subscription-based, where we publish those documents sorted per country. So if you want, for example, to develop software for, let's say, Albania, you subscribe for that country on our platform, and you can download all the information. Fine, you could think, and the retailer could think, but there are two problems, very big problems. First, it's everything or nothing. So you subscribe and you get everything, or you don't subscribe and you don't get anything. So it's everything or nothing. It's the first problem. And second problem, the documents which they need it just in a certain moment in time as they started the software development, shortly before, of course, to be able to develop. After that, mostly those customers don't need it. So what to do with them? And now think about NFTs and the way how Niftyz is providing the solution. I'm able today, with documents which I have, per each document to create one NFT. So this means if I want to describe the software requirements of Albania, I create one NFT, which is actually one document describing just one country, but just one document. You don't need to buy everything in that pool of documents. The guys which need the requirements, they buy just one document. Perfect for them. If they are finished with development, if they don't need it anymore, they can sell it because they own it. If they buy the NFT, they own it, so they can sell it. So I'm not forcing the customer to stick with me on my platform with a kind of subscription contract. They are free to go. It's of course not that nice for me as a company. It's much better to have subscription, of course, but the world is developing in that direction. I have to provide more value to the customer. If I provide more value, I will make better business. So this is exactly the problem that we are solving in the moment with NFTs. And don't forget, we are talking about the documents which are describing the legal requirements. And it's very important that it can at least proven who is giving those descriptions. Not everybody should give kind of consultancies to the companies, especially if you are talking about the big and large companies. If you create NFT, like we are doing it now, everybody can see who is the first owner of that, who is the author, who is the guy who created it, because it's written on the blockchain, nobody can change it. This is a very big issue. Then you are sure that the specialists from the companies, which really knows how to do it, really created the document. So this is why we decided to go that direction.
So to sum up, like the application of the platform on our specific Web2 space. So we have one product, and that is online physical library. And someone without this platform would have to subscribe and to get every single document, but he needs just one document. And now through this platform, he can have just one single document that he needs, and he doesn't have to subscribe for a whole year, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the point. The customer can still subscribe for all the library, the complete library and all the documents, of course, but not everybody wants that. So this means this is a kind of additional stream of the revenue that we created by that for the customers which just want to have one document, nothing else.
Okay, great. Thank you. So we actually had the testing a few weeks ago, right? Because we saw this possible application of Niftyz platform on our product. So I would like to know, your personal opinion, Darko. What do you think about its application to that real Web2 product? So not what is everyone doing, and what do you think, your personal opinion about that application on Web2 products in general, not just ours?
Yeah, I will give you just a couple of words from me, and then I would really love to hear it from our guests. Let's say how they think about the topic. So we faced also some problems with the implementation of the idea and the concept. And first hurdle that we had was actually in our own company, because it was a really big trouble for us. And I think we are innovative and quite good. But the big hurdle was to create a digital wallet and to adopt accounting on that way that we are able to handle the digital wallet. And I can imagine that other users of the platform and generally companies which are using NFTs have the similar problems. And maybe a couple of words from your side. How do you see this kind of problems? At the end, we solved that and it's perfect, but it was really an issue.
Yeah, please,
Sarah, what
Sarah.
do you think about? Yeah.
Harry, do you want to go on this one since you are on the product side?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think the important thing for most businesses here is Web3 enables them to fractionalize the products that they sell. So instead of having a complete package that you're either in or you're out, you can really strip it down into the individual products that you sell. For example, if you're a consultant, you may have knowledge in like different fields, and instead of contracting yourself out on a day rate, you may want to just book a 1 hour call or something along those lines, or even not even some time. You may want to productize a key report or some industry insights and sell those services that way instead. It gives businesses a lot more flexibility that way, which is especially important if you're a startup.
Yes,
absolutely. And I can chip in on that as well, because I mean, we are looking now at, when we're talking about Web3, and, I see a lot of businesses still using Web2 business models. So we should basically make sure that the technology and business, grow in parallel, because we cannot, keep talking about NFTs, metaverse, and then, still use a freemium kind of model, or, still use most of the time, as we said with Darko as well, keep using subscription, because, people who actually have a wallet, are familiar with these tools. They want to see something innovative as well. They want to see the real, blockchain capabilities, and features, being used from a business model as well. So that's why, for instance, we created the input economy and Niftyz, because we believe that anything that we create actually has a value. So it's not, now Web3 has really, helped us to fractionalize our knowledge, our connections, our, every single thing that we do that is going to the creation and an output, whether that is report, or whether that is a pitch for a client, whether that is a consultation. There are still things that we can monetize, and especially nowadays in this financial climate of glooming recession, that is extremely important. Enable businesses to create new business model, new revenue streams, in a very easy and affordable way.
yes.
But may I can just add something to that, because this is really, really great statement. Because the same analysis, let's say, of our company, we are having all the time. So we are looking always how to generate a new business with as less costs as possible. And then if you check, and we did that, how many documents, how many different things the resources actually you have in your companies, which you are not using at all. And now somebody like Niftyz is coming, telling you, hey guys, you actually have a treasury around you. Just pick it up, use a little bit magic called technology, and you can sell it. So this is, I don't know why the people are not doing that. They should, because they can create the new revenues with the things which they already have on the desk or on the desk,
Yes, I totally agree. And that's why, Harry will tell you a little bit more later, but, in just a very short period of time, we went live on mainnet a month ago, and we were already onboarded 10 customers, and minted 3,000 NFTs in 48 hours. So, there is definitely a need for this, and we are getting inquiries from businesses that we would have probably dreamt of. Even when I was working for WPP and then Suigis, these are brands that are massive brands, and even the team is shocked. But we are trying to do something a little bit different, using technology that is currently misused for if I can say that, for in some cases, not all cases, in some cases. So yeah.
Definitely.
I like this wording, misused, because this is really like it is. Absolutely, yes.
Yes, definitely. So my question would be now, according to all these that we were talking about just moments ago. So Darko, for example, we work with a lot of international retailers. So this is now a question for like everyone. So, for example, what might be an NFT use case for a company of the likes of H&M, for example? Who wants to answer first?
Yeah, I'm happy to take this one.
Okay.
So I think one of the use cases that's attracted a lot of hype, but I'm not sure how long it will last for, is the applications to the metaverse, especially for the clothing retailers. They can sell their products into the metaverse as like costumes and so on for products like Decentraland and the Sandbox. However, I don't think that those sort of things are going to last. What I do think is going to last, however, is the applications of NFTs into their operations. So, for example, at the point of sale, they can use NFTs to create a membership schemes and reward systems that are going to really help them retain their customers and add value to them. And then beyond point of sale also, there's also the operation side as well. So throughout the supply chain management system, if they use NFTs to manage the tracking of their goods throughout the supply chain, I think that's not only going to be great for their own management, but I think their customers will also value that, as they can see the product journey throughout, all the way from the source.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, I can agree with all of that. Darko or Sarah, do you want to like add something to this? What do you guys think? What is the use case for a company like some fashion retailer, huge fashion retailer?
Well, I mean, I can chip in on that. You know what Harry said, right? So, I'm coming from a digital strategy background, and Harry already touched on that. And you know, one of the biggest problems is to acquire and to retain customers. Now, when in traditional Web2 businesses, we are looking, you know, at how our customers can repeat over and over again in order to increase the, you know, the average order value, in order to increase the lifetime value, and just make sure that they come back and they make us, like, you know, as rich as possible. Let's put it in these very simple terms, right? But when we're looking at the Web3 space, we have to actually change perspective, and we're looking at communities. Now, communities are becoming the new, let's say, CRM databases, right? Yes. So instead of actually having an email, you know, that you send out, you have to basically start communicating with these people. And again, I mean, this is like, you know, how businesses will have to, you know, really change perspective, you know, and also change metrics, you know, in order to measure the effectiveness of some of these, you know, activities that they are doing. Because, you know, there is this thing, like, you know, in marketing, I'm sure, you know, Milika, you're familiar with that as well, that, you know, churn rates and, you know, the fact that, you know, you always need to keep retaining your customers. But here I want to bring another perspective that I believe is going to be like, you know, it is the revolutionizing part of NFTs. It's not only about, you know, churn rate. It's a lot about, let's say, making sure that we give value to these customers, that they are part of these communities, and they are going to become like, you know, almost liquid, and they can migrate from one community to the other and bring all the value of that company and that brand to another community. So almost like becoming our ambassador by bringing with them a piece of our company, whether that is an NFT or that is something like, you know, that we can give them and they can share with the other communities. The interoperability of marketing, from this point of view, it will become, you know, crucial. And a lot of brands are still struggling to understand that part, but because it's brand new and because it's something I actually, you know, studied, like, you know, for the past few months, like, you know, and how to actually crack this. But it's all about, like, you know, these cross partnerships. Finally, cross partnerships are, you know, a thing of the present and the future, thanks to NFTs.
Yes. Definitely, I don't know, like, should I add up something? Because I always think that you say everything, and I'm like, okay. Thank you so much for answering my questions, like really, really in details. Darko, maybe you want to add something on this.
Sure. I would like to add a different view on this topic as well, because this was perfectly explained which opportunities are just created because of the Web3 space and based on the NFTs. But I would love to go a little bit more in detail in the technology. What is actually NFT? Because if we understand differently what is NFT, we will understand which new opportunities additionally are just created. NFTs are actually nothing else than the smart barcodes. You should think about that, because the revolution in retail, we are talking about usage of the NFTs in retail. The revolution or evolution in retail was started with the barcode. As the barcode was introduced, let's say, the industry changed totally. So the business processes changed totally. And suddenly you had a barcode all over the retail. You had it on the items, you had it on the documents, you had it all around space. Then the next stage was actually the QR code. So this is, of course, the very similar technology. It's a barcode actually with some more information than in typical 2D barcode. And it was again kind of revolution. So you could see now a QR code all around you, on your mobile phones, on your web apps, on your, I don't know, everywhere. What's next? Very simple, the smart barcodes. So this means the barcode label in which you can put some kind of code, let's call it smart contract, and which can behave as you like. And this is actually NFT. And even more, NFT is the barcode which you can put on the physical item, abstract item. This is what is actually Niftyz doing, and on the digital item. And this is also what is Niftyz doing. And now imagine the revolution. Suddenly, you are leaving the physical space, you are getting into the abstract space, and you are and even digital, and you are able to use all things we had as a revolution in the physical world. Can you imagine what retailers can sell tomorrow? They can sell my knowledge. You will be able tomorrow to buy on the POS Mr. Professor Keating knowledge, because it's labeled. It's a NFT, of course. It's a labeled, it's owned by myself, and I can buy 5 kilo of Professor Keating knowledge on the POS at Carrefour. Why not? You understand? Because the technology is now there. And this is just, like the top of the big mountain. The possibilities are unbelievable. So I'm expecting that the retailers, because they are very innovative, they will, and they already realize that, they already understand that, because this is their job. They know exactly how to create things and to sell things. They already started. They started to create this kind of concept, which is far behind the customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is just one point. And actually, it's also the barcode which they are putting on the customer to recognize the customer. And this is the base for the customer loyalty. But the next step will be car sharing, for example, in the retail. So why not? They run the car sharing as NFTs, and you will have the track of the car, of the usage of the car, and this will be done by Aldi Germany. It's okay, why not? You understand? And this is all these things are possible because you are able to use smart labels. Unbelievable revolution, right?
Yeah, it is, and it sounds nice when you tell it. But
digital wallet,
yes,
you have to install it.
there is always but there is always but. You understand what I want to say. Like, I absolutely agree with everything you said, like each of you. And we can really see retailers moving in that direction. However, how sure are you that it will become a trend? Do you think they recognize that the loyalty matter and stuff like that? That is what really is interesting for me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you sure?
It's a great point. And I think, there is so much noise in this market at the moment, especially related to the wrong side of this market, which is more the speculative side. which is
Yes.
hiding, the real potential of this technology and what it could really do for a lot of businesses. That is like, what is preventing it from becoming mainstream quicker than it should be, because we always think like, and there are also a lot of constraints, when we're talking to customers, businesses, right? We onboard them. We actually had to help a lot of our clients to create even a wallet, because they didn't have a wallet. Harry will tell you more about this, but this is an educational process that we are accompanying these businesses on. It's step by step. It's like when you didn't even have like Google Analytics account, and you just had to train people on how to trace and track like all the performance.
Sorry for interrupting you. Yeah, I just want to add something. I think there is a lot of scams. And that's exactly what you were telling about. And that is that we found out that's like dark side of that Web3. And people are always talking about the dark side. And they're much, I don't know, they don't talk about all the potentials that much as those bad things.
I agree, but why? Because we are still associating technology with currencies. When there will be that decoupling, then we will start seeing like really what the technology can do for us. So it's always like that. It's just like I don't want to be like a little bit controversial, but it's like politics. When you divide politics from money, good things will happen. So it's just like it's always like that, right? So and that is exactly what's going to happen. Right now there is so much noise in this industry, that I really hope that a lot of businesses are going to start, investigating. And, we are seeing that because, as I said before, we got a lot of inquiries from businesses. But the difference is that we found our niche because we are not asking businesses to go ahead and launch on a metaverse and, risk it all. We are going to businesses and say, don't worry, we are an NFT sandbox for businesses. You can test comfortably within your organization. Because at the end of the day, there is one little problem. I always say I'm old, okay, but that my age actually helps me because I've seen actually the whole digital transformation in the past 20 years.
No, you are not old.
We are both old, Darko, but for the past 20 years, compared to
we are not.
But, the thing is, like, I've been at the forefront of digital transformation for the past 20 years, always ahead of a lot of businesses I was working with. And I realized that it's sometimes difficult to, take the plunge and, just basically launch new things and also allocate budget towards these new activities because you don't know if they are going to generate revenue, if there is going to be a positive ROI. So instead, right now, the way we are positioning is don't worry. Because first of all, you need your employees to understand how this old technology works before you can go out there and preach your customers to use it.
Right.
Then, you can take all of these learnings, create an MVP and go out there with, the knowledge and the structure, the processes and the frameworks to actually, be like, stand out from the crowd, and potentially generate revenue. But that is why, right now we're seeing like, is this going to become a trend? I think this is going to become normality. But right now we have to work behind the scenes to actually make sure that customers and clients feel comfortable in using these new tools and, educating their own employees and internal stakeholders on how to use this technology at its best.
Maybe I can add something because I think you said really brilliant things. And I just want to emphasize, let's say, the value of the companies like your companies is because not only that you are producing products which I as a second company can use to generate more business and to please my customer better and to serve them better and so on, but you are doing also the basic work to educate the companies and businesses which don't know nothing about NFTs, but still nothing is happening. And this is the basic education, which is more important than education how to install the MetaMask, because everybody can learn it in 10 minutes by watching the small video and that's it. But to understand what is behind and how to use it for your benefits in your company, this is a huge thing. So that's why I think this is important to show that not only product, but also the education which you are doing. It's absolutely phenomenal from my point of view, at least.
Thank you so much, Darko. We are trying our best. Harry is actually at the forefront of this, so.
He has not an easy job, I know, but it's a very important job. Important job, yes.
Definitely. So my question would be like final answer, Darko, Sarah, Harry. Do you think that NFTs for businesses might become a trend? Yes or no?
I'd love to answer
Absolutely.
this very shortly. There is no chance. There is no other chance. Look, I started educating people about basics of the internet in 2020. And at that time point, everybody was telling me, oh, very complex things, internet, it will maybe die and so on. But, nobody understood that. And I spent hours and hours with education, educating them to use the internet, browser, and so on. Who is today going to learn somewhere internet? Nobody. You just use it. The same thing will happen actually with Web3. Suddenly, your brain will develop, let's say, not the technology. You will develop, and you will accept the technology just like that. My daughter, she is 17. She is using NFTs like, nothing. It's nothing for her. I needed, 2 weeks to understand what are the NFTs. This is
she's a digital native.
Yes.
Digital name,
exactly.
It's normal.
I think what I'm seeing right now is, I think what I'm seeing right now is so many companies are developing and testing new things, and there's so much investment and excitement. It's going at a really, really rapid pace, and most people can't keep up. But soon, once people understand the basics of how to get a wallet, what is crypto, what is an NFT, and what's the point of an NFT, more and more people will adopt this and it will become normal.
Absolutely. Yes. But maybe I would like to say something what I don't like, actually. I'm sure that you know that Reddit just sold, millions, not sold, even just gave to the people millions of NFTs. To be honest, I think this is the wrong way, because you are cheating them somehow. You are giving them something, calling it the digital collectibles. They don't know what they have. They don't know the value of the technology. That they don't need to understand the blockchain, but at least they should understand that there is much more than just nice picture in Reddit profile. So that's why I think we need more initiatives like Niftyz is doing, and we need more people like you are, which are actually pushing the space and businesses in the right direction.
Yeah, thank you, Darko. But at the end of the day, we are happy that we are by ourselves in this journey for the time.
True. Absolutely, yes.
Because it's the thing is like I can see like 2017 the ICO boom. I'm sure you were there as well, and that was like sell lots of tokens have disappeared. Then fast forward 2021, the NFTs craze, and then what you need is just a lot of hype and lots of Twitter. The marketing is crypto marketing more than anything else. But at the end of the day, we need this. We need this. We needed this like in at the beginning of the internet. We need this now because we need to make sure that everybody tests, and then the right ideas will stay. It's part of evolution in a way, right? And survival mechanisms. At the end of the day, we all need to have our fair share of this world, and then we're all free to use it as we think it's best. And for us we want to build,
yes.
So we want to build a sustainable business, and we want to build a credible brand. We are not here to actually sell 1,000 2 million tokens and then disappear.
Exactly.
So we are just basically trying to speak to our customers as much as possible, to people like yourself who've done it and understands the pros and the cons, because that's the only way we can learn.
Yes,
absolutely. Stay real.
I totally agree.
Definitely. I like this. So Sarah, I'd like you to continue because I have one question for you. And that is, How do your current clients employ NFTs to increase their revenue?
And I think that Harry perhaps here is definitely like, I can go on and on, but he's at the forefront. So I'm sure that it would be very, very.
You can
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think that for starters, it's been interesting because the platform offers you so much flexibility. We're giving people the opportunity to create past tokens and lock their assets behind the paywall of an NFT. Now they can attach multiple attachments to this, either limited to small sizes, or they can attach a link that's going to share an external database. So the possibilities are endless in that. So, but as far as some real examples are concerned, most recently I onboarded a pitch consultant who has done two things. First of all, they tokenized a folder with some like really key information and insights on how to develop a pitch. And then also they've tokenized a Calendly link that will give people the opportunity to book a 1-hour consultation with them. And that's going to be really great for their acquisition strategy for Web3 clients that wouldn't be on, say, some traditional sites also. We've also got lawyers on board that are tokenizing lecture series, and I think quite important for anyone listening in this section, he's done a really great piece on decoding the jargon related to Web3 and everything that might have popped up this session. So if there's anything you've not understood, I think that might be really interesting to go and check out.
But this is actually, sorry, Milica, if I think about the model, let's say, it's a like new way of publishing, because if I think about the publishing companies with publishing books or magazines or whatever, if they tokenize the books, let's say, it could be even the next stage of the publishing business. Am I right?
Yes, you are 100% spot on. And that's why we're working also with a writer. So we are going to onboard next a journalist who created a mini ebook, a book for, related to crypto and blockchain. And it's actually a fictional novel. He's going to basically use the first chapter and sell it as an NFT, so that people who owns this NFT can decide, for instance, the ending of the book. And it can also finance, finance the rest of the creation of the rest of the book, and make it like, for instance, with a hardcover versus like, just a normal soft cover, and so on and so forth. So there are so many different ideas. And plus, both Harry and I and Muskan and Denise are back, in the, the rest of the team here in Manchester. We are very, creative when it comes to helping businesses. So, it's our job really to inspire also, like, businesses who may have not thought about, some of these use cases, because we want to test and experiment with them. And if they, at this point, we always keep saying that it's not that much about making money. It's about experimenting with a new technology, making sure that you speak about this in the press, making sure that you are becoming knowledgeable on how to use these new Web3 tools. And then, as soon as people are going to start to adopt this more and more, then you will be able to start, reaping the benefits of this, really.
I think this is really important. Sorry, yes, Milica.
Oh, please continue.
Yeah, I think you said it really great. So the first step is, of course, to create the model and the business concept, and this is something where you can really help. But then, in order to live and to create real benefits, you have to try. You cannot do it theoretically on the paper, so you have to do it and to talk about it, of course, to get the results. So that's why this is two-step process: get the idea, implement it, and then repeat it. I like that. So it's actually very, very good advice for every business out there, how to start with the technology. That's Absolutely. It. Smart.
I agree. It's not everyone is Gucci, right? Or Nike.
Yes.
So, not everyone has got the same budget or same skills. We want to democratize, access to this new technology, because we know that, wealth is created, when everyone is able to actually get access to education or access to same information. So, these kind of things is very important for us. The fact that is a value, that I stand by, that, we need to basically democratize knowledge, and make sure that everyone can actually access this space in a simple way through a simple UI UX, and of course with limited budget.
Right, absolutely. These words are. Sorry. Yeah, just go on, Milica. Sorry.
No, something just occurred. I just wanted to ask because Sarah told us that they are really creative, and it's Hari and she, and But I'd like to know, does your customers recognize some new application of your platform? Do they come to you and oh, I have idea? So how often that happens?
Actually, that happened with you guys, and we are.
Yes.
And we are very happy that you did, because we are going to launch a brand new, product feature in the new year that is going to help you. Because Darko said before something interesting, right? So he said, if I want to sell, only a report, now I can do it. But if I want to continue doing, my Web 2 business model, I can continue doing that as well through, paying in fiat, paying in euro, pound, or whatever currency. But we realize as well that, it's true that the customer needs to get closer to Web3, but it's also true that Web3 needs to get closer to the customer. And we need to acknowledge that we need to basically find the middle ground. And for this reason, for instance, we are going to launch a very unique, fiat on ramp payment solution, but also, a fully on-chain payment for monthly subscription fees. So enabling
this is great.
Yeah, yes. Enabling basically the SaaS business models to be replicated on chain. And Sebastiano is my co-founder. He's a little bit of a genius. I call it genius. He doesn't like it, but I think he's a great guy. I mean, I couldn't have wished for a better co-founder. I say it on camera. And I mean, he's I just basically, that's the beauty of having a business person and a technical person in the same room who speaks a similar language, and having customers like yourself who are advanced but critical as well at the same time, and recognize that this is a great opportunity, but there are also some gaps, so that we can keep innovating. So that is something that definitely we strive to do. And I mean, Harry, for instance, you can talk about your, what you do with customers that we onboard. I mean, we record a lot of these calls with their permission, right? And we do reports on the back of that. Perhaps you can mention that as well, Harry, because this is what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, most businesses so far have come to me with a whole horde of ideas. That everyone hears, we say often, tokenize the assets that you already own. Everyone's got assets. Not everyone's getting paid for those assets. And people want to start getting paid. I mean, everyone knows what they sell, right? So we give people an easy platform to fractionalize what they own and sell it that way. So I've not met anyone yet that's not known where to start, at least. But then of course, when they hear other success stories of other businesses, they soon realize, oh, actually, maybe I can try something like that. And I think as people go through the marketplace, our galleries now populating more and more, we'll see more use cases, and it'll just build and build and build.
Yes, I like that. I like all these points, and I totally agree with them. And I'm really glad that everything is moving towards Web3. world, and I hope that this will everything become like one really huge trend, like for real. One more question, because we are slowly approaching the end of the event. So besides retail, what's an industry where you think NFTs might be particularly useful? Who wants? Sarah, maybe?
I don't mind. It's like I see this apply to absolutely everything that requires checkout. I mean, and not only a checkout. It's just like I see this applied to so many different. As Darko said, QR codes. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just like
Exactly.
this will be like the new way we acquire and retain customers. And whoever doesn't see this vision is going to be left behind, and I'm sorry to say that. And there will be probably there will probably be a lot of marketing managers out there that are going to watch this, and they're going to probably think like, what am I missing something here? If you think that you're missing something, please come and talk to us. We're a very friendly bunch of people.
Most of us.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking.
But it's just like that's why we're also starting some master classes as well, like around like NFTs for the legal space, NFTs for the accountancy space, NFTs for like so many different industries. Like we are talking to so many different verticals at the moment. I mean, as I said, Harry mentioned the coaches. Then we got lawyers. Then we got architects. We got drones operators at the moment. We got you guys in the let's say fiscal tax space. We got HR. But we also got universities. We are talking to a university here in Manchester that is going to tokenize the first paper for us. Like, that was like, a massive achievement for us, because they would be probably the first university in the world to actually tokenize a piece of research and start earning from that. And that, imagine how powerful that could be for students who are enrolling to a master with the hope to get a better job, and then all of a sudden they realize that they cannot use their research material to actually talk about it or produce a book, but now you can instead with a little tweak in the process, you can actually tick a box into your application analytics form and say, hey, actually, we want to tokenize this and use it for commercial purposes. So, you can do it. And that is what we are here. We want to break some barriers, to be honest with you, and make sure that we create as many, use cases as possible so that, we can just see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, to be honest, this exactly what you said was actually what attracted us towards you and towards implementation of the NFTs in that part of our business. On one side, we are able to create new revenue stream, and this is the best motivator for the businesses. If you are able to create a new revenue stream, you would be crazy if you not do that, especially if the costs which are related to that are small. So this is perfect. And on the other side, I have with you and all other companies which are behind the projects in general, I have unlimited source, let's say, the ideas how somebody is using something which I can maybe apply in my business as well. So there is a double benefit. On one side, creativity and ideas, and on the other side, the stream of revenue which I can create.
Absolutely.
So no better situation at all for the business.
Yeah, 100%. Win-win.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Maybe to tell us, our guest speakers, of course, to tell us where do you guys see Niftyz in 3 years?
Hopefully mainstream. a little bit more mainstream, using being the the problem is that we know the current financial situation, both in the crypto space, but also in the financial market, more traditional financial markets. We're going to go through a couple of years of hardship. That's what they say, not what I say. So we know that is going to be quite difficult for a lot of companies to survive. And we just basically want to be there for a lot of these businesses, to test new things and get ready, prepare themselves for when this market is going to actually change. Because when we're going to get out of this situation, innovation will run fast. And if you're not ready or prepared, then you're going to basically miss a boat, and it's not going to come back. So we are basically seeing the next 2 years as a preparation year for us to actually collaborate, participate, and innovate with a lot of brands who want to test things behind the scenes, whilst we also wait for more regulatory clearance and clarity from with regards to how NFTs and the whole crypto market is going to change, because these regulations will come at some point sooner rather than later. So we're just basically at the moment very happy to be that sandbox for business, a place, a secure, safe space where businesses can test as much as possible, educate their employees, and create and innovate new tools, and that they will most likely launch in the next couple of years. So that's where we see ourselves.
We give a period of 3 years for this to stabilize and to become completely normal situation for brands.
Well, let's see, right? A lot of brands will not, at the moment we're all on survival mode, right? So
Right.
it is what it is. We have to be honest and transparent with ourselves first. I'm not that kind of company who will brag about how cool we are. The guys know me. I'm very realistic, and I know that we are facing a mountain, because first of all is a change in mindset that we are facing.
Right.
And then the change of allocate the budget, and so it is a hard one, but we really see ourselves, if we work in the right way, with the right partners, we will succeed, and hopefully become big players in this space.
Definitely. So fingers crossed. In the meantime, Darko, or should I say Professor Keating?
Yes. Yeah,
So,
I know what you want to ask. Yes, about Professor Keating's job, right?
Yes. So you definitely
I
know
love
what
it.
I want to ask. So last Monday started the 4th masterclass about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs. So I definitely understand what are your thoughts on Web3 world, but I would like to know, is there something different this time? People who attend and share with us
Yeah,
your
this
feelings.
I think this is always like a small sign, let's say, in which direction is the industry going. Because if we are, for example, now more than 1,600 students in our classes. So, and I can see basically based on the type of the students, what will come next. Because of course, if today the people are private people which are learning how to, or want to learn how to trade, I know that very soon we will have trouble in the market, because everybody will try to trade. But this time we have a little bit different situation. We have around 6 or 7 companies which send actually the more or less complete teams from the certain departments. So we have retailers, international retailers with us. We have POS software vendors with us, which send 2 or even 3 people from the different departments, let's say, to join us to learn about the crypto. And we have marketing agencies which send 17 people to us. So you see immediately what's next, because those guys are now learning, let's say, the basics of the space. And I'm not teaching how to install the MetaMask. I'm teaching the algorithms. So they really want, and this is difficult to be honest, they have to understand why the things are working like they are, how the private keys and public keys are working, for example, and not how to use the MetaMask. And they knew that before they send the people. So it's not, just surprise. This means they recognize that they have to learn the basics, but the real basics, in order to create and to see the chances which they have in the Web3 space, and then to create the strategies. So I'm really happy to have this kind of students. Of course, there are lots of private people as well, and this is fine. But this time we have much more companies which are with whole teams over there. So I'm happy about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm happy too, I must admit. It's really interesting. Thank you, Darko. Before we finish, I'd like to also thank you, everyone, for being here, for listening to us, and of course you guys for taking your time to speak today. To invite everyone on our next session, actually retail talks, that will be on 29th of November, which will be challenges of international fiscalization. And I must say, this is Web 2 topic. But we will have guest speakers also from two huge companies, one huge retailer and one huge POS software provider. So stay with us and come to listen and ask if you have any questions. Before we finish,
is it secret? Who is it, or is it? Can we all announce it or not?
Well, it's not.
Because I'm bad in keeping the secret.
No, it's not. I guess it's not. I guess they won't have any problems because we actually planned to publish it this week. It will be Taco, a retail fashion retailer, Taco, yeah, and Bizetta, which is Italian POS software provider.
I think Bizetta is software provider of very famous fashion chains, fashion retailers, but I will not tell the name because I don't know if it's allowed. So they are providing the software solutions for some of the very, 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 very well famous and very big fashion chains in the world. Maybe from Italy, just a small world. And Bizetta is from Italy as well.
Yeah, and I think they are also learning about Web3 at the moment, but shh.
Yeah.
I'm not telling anything more. Okay, before we finish, I would like to show you a demo video of Niftyz platform, and then we will say hello, right? So please stay with us just a few more moments.
Sure.
Great. So
was it without sound, or did I have just some kind of problems with my?
Yeah,
no, it was without sound, right?
It was without sound, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
It could be without, or it should be with sound.
It could be without with sound, but this was without the sound. We didn't know the when you are online, you never know someone.
I thought it's a kind of bug in our software that we are using. Okay, good, fine, thank you.
Actually, I have one more video. It's much larger, but okay.
Yeah.
This was recorded, so it will be saved on our profile. So everyone who wants to check it out, once again, you will be able to see it on our LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter profile. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time in 2 weeks, Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central European time. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Hari, for being our guest speakers today. I had a great time, and you are great speakers, for real.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, it was so much fun, right?
We will do it again.
Thank you for having us.
We will do it again for sure. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yes, definitely. We should. We should. Darko, thank you too. I mean, what should I say? You know, the dream team.
Thank you, everyone. See you soon again. Bye.
Bye, everyone.